This dish could not be more Aussie if it tried, because I'm going to use Australia's indigenous nut, which is our macadamia, of course, and I'm using the Saltbush flavour because I'm going to pair this with kangaroo. Beautiful game meat, and it works really well with this homemade dukkah. So I'm just heating up a nice small non-stick pan here on a low heat, and in go my sesame seeds. Just give the pan a little shiggle every now and again until you start to get that lovely aroma from the sesame seeds, and they're just going to lightly toast. So do stand over them. Into that I'm also going to use some coriander seeds, some peppercorns, and some cumin seeds. So these are looking perfect. See how they've gone just a little golden brown? We're going to tip them into our bowl, and then in go our seeds. So I've got some black peppercorns, some coriander seeds, and some cumin seeds. Now in a similar way, I just want to stand over the pan and just shake the pan every now and again and just toast them for a minute or so. It only takes until you start feeling that aroma of the spices coming up into your kitchen. Now with these ones, I just want to make the dukkah, so I'm just going to pop them into the blender. If you've got a little spice grinder or a small blender like this, that's perfect. Lid goes on, and just give them a little blitz. That's all it needs. I don't want it in a powder, I just want it to be fairly coarse. Pop that in with the sesame seeds. And then we're going to do the same with our Saltbush macadamias. Into the blender. And again, don't overblend here. Just want it to be a sort of coarse breadcrumb kind of texture. Lovely. Now, macadamias are so versatile, and they're high in healthy fats. They're very high in monounsaturated fats, which are very stable for cooking. And we're not eating enough nuts and seeds in this country, so you want to be having some nuts and seeds every single day. This is such a healthy meal because we're using a super lean meat, and then we're using these good fats in the nuts and the seeds, adding flavour as well as nutrition. And nuts are one of our best sources of magnesium, which lots of us are falling short on. I'll just put a little salt in here, and we're ready to bring up our kangaroo. So I brought this up to room temperature. I've patted them nice and dry, and I'm just going to take a little extra virgin olive oil over the top. And I'm going to use my hands here. Just rub the oil over the fillets so that they're well coated in the oil. And then we're going to take our dukkah and pop it over the top. And then just use your fingers to press onto the meat. Turn it over, and we do the other side. Don't worry if there's some larger chunks of your nuts. We're not going to waste any of this. Press into the meat to help it to stick. So we are now ready to cook. So you just want a nice char grill type pan. Get your pan nice and hot. Once it's nice and hot, you're just going to drizzle with extra virgin olive oil and in go our fillets. Now this will cook literally quite quickly. Because kangaroo is so lean, you don't want to overcook it. If you've ever had kangaroo and thought it's just really tough, it's because it's been overcooked. So in goes our fillets. So I'm just going to cook that for 2 or 3 minutes on each side. So our broccolini and the tomatoes are just almost ready. You want those tomatoes just blistering. We've been resting the meat for just about 5 minutes or so. So important just to rest that meat. And it'll sit nicely to one side. And I'm just going to make a little lemony garlic yogurt to go with this. Leave the garlic out if you're not a garlic lover. And in goes the garlic. Some lemon zest goes in, just cuts through that quite rich gamey meat. And the juice of about half of this lemon. Pinch of salt. And just give that a stir. Very easy little sauce to go on the side. Okay, we're ready to plate up. So I'm just going to take some of my charred broccolini, nice generous portion, some of the tomatoes over the top, Then we're going to take our kangaroo fillets and a nice spoonful of our lemon garlic yogurt on the side. And then you can finish with whatever herbs you've got. I've just got some parsley here and some mint. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this just for some freshness over the top. So there we have it, our Saltbush Macadamia Dukkah Kangaroo. You can use that Saltbush Macadamia Dukkah on any other meat. It would actually be delicious on chicken too, but I've gone for a true Aussie dish.